welcome you back. Thank you for staying with us this morning. This is Newspaper Headlines and Analysis. I'm Oluwayemi Adelakwa, and I'm not alone in the studio this morning. I have with me Shemu Oluwole, who is a public affairs analyst. Welcome on board this morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, great to have you. Let's start from this paper, which is a Nigerian Tribune, and I have this headline that says 2027 presidency debate over religious balance on Tinubu's ticket odds up. And that headline has these riders. Northern leaders rely on Bishop Kuka, say he is politically exposed. X-ray General Musa and Yewatda. Speaking about 2027 general elections, a lot of Nigerians, even politicians, are not so comfortable with those who make up, the cabinet of the president. And of course, they are concerned about 2027 as well. Let us not forget that, there were lots of controversies about the Muslim ticket for the 2023. Now we are moving towards the general elections for 2027. Of course, it's contesting again. Really, at this point, should we still be concerned about, those who form his cabinet, or we should be concerned about those who can really do the job? Because a lot of Nigerians are talking about the fact that Nigeria is a federal country, so federal character must be in place, must be put in place to ensure that a lot of persons are pacified, looking at the cabinet of this current administration.
Now, with the issue of things in Nigeria, particularly talking about the issue of the insecurity, and when Trump has to come out and said that a lot of Christians are being persecuted and everything. See, everything it is that we will be doing from now on, we tend to tilt to one side or the other. Now we'll be talking about a lot of imbalance concerning the religion divide. But to me, that shouldn't be what we should be talking about now. We should be talking about the competence of the people that we want to put in power. Now we're talking about Bishop Kuka. How politically inclined is he? I'm not saying he's not capable or he doesn't have the capacity to do it. But let's talk about the capacity in the first place. Okay. How politically inclined is he? We are talking about a clergyman, and we are talking about politics. The two, to me, might not be able to mix down or go well down with some people. That, okay, at the end of the day, he might be religiously motivated to do some things when he is in power with the presidency. So the likes of people saying that, oh, we don't believe in him, we don't want him. And see, if we keep on looking at all these and judging things biased on religion and everything, we might not be able to put some things right in this country. Because coming from 2023, where we are at a Muslim ticket now, we are trying to look at a Muslim-Christian ticket, and most religion, it has come to stay. I wouldn't, I would like to say it, but it shouldn't be prioritized. That shouldn't be the priority of governance in Nigeria now. That way, we have to look at religion before we put you into power, before we put you into your office. No, religion shouldn't be, because if you ask me, Nigeria as it is, we have a medieval type of religion that tends to be, how do I call it now, the Isheshe sort of people before we have the Christianity and the Islamic sort of religion. What about these people?
Okay, what about the tickets that brought Buhari and Osinbajo to power?
Osinbajo, same thing. Same thing. That is what we still rely on.
Okay.
That is what we still rely on. It has to be a Muslim Christian or a Christian Muslim or this or that. Must it be? No, why don't we just take a look at how competent this person can be to handle things, to handle matters, to handle national issues.
Okay.
It shouldn't be based on religious divide or whatever. So let us look at competency in the first place before we now decide to look into the religious divide that, oh, this person can do it better, this person cannot do it better. Before you even take a look at that, we still have some other people that believe, not only Christians, we have a lot of things, a lot of beliefs among people nowadays. This is the 21st century, or moving into the 22nd century. We have atheists, we have Judaism, we have a lot of things now. So why must it be? Why must it now base? Because in other climes, I don't actually see them basing their offices or choosing people into office with all these kind of issues.
Okay, it's really a huge one to explain, honestly, because it's going to take a lot for us as a nation to separate politics from religion, despite the fact that Nigeria is a secular state. Because over the years,
but we don't see it as like a secular one. We don't see it. We have prioritized just two that are just two is pivotal. It's either you are a Muslim or it's either you are a Christian. What about our medieval reign? We have people coming, like I posted something on my WhatsApp status that there are people living at the River Niger area before Mongo Park came in. And the people carried him there that, okay, come and discover it. What about the people living there? Were they even taking it into consideration? Were they recorded?
Okay, but this traditional African religion adherents, are they interested in politics? That's another angle.
Definitely everybody is interested in politics. It affects everyone. Okay, now, why are we now so biased about Bishop Coker? If you tell me that, are they affected?
No,
so are we not saying that Christians now are affected directly, or Muslims are more directly affected more than these people?
No, the argument now is not those who are affected. It's about interest. There was a time that a lot of persons came out to say that the youth will complain about governance, but then they are not really interested in joining politics. So I'm talking about the other part now. Do you think they're interested in politics?
Let me chip this in.
Okay.
Do you think these people claiming to be Christians or Muslims don't still go back to these people for one or two things? Do you think?
You tell me. I want to know. I want to learn.
Definitely. I've seen some people do that.
Okay.
I've seen some people do that. If there are not such instances, we won't be having rituals. You will go through your junction early in the morning and see some sacrifices or whatever in calabashes or things. So everybody will be affected by politics. It touches everybody. So the idea of them being interested in it is, no, don't let us put it that way. Everybody's affected by it and we are interested in it. It's just that they won't come out and tell you, oh, I'm actually deep into this. Because over the years we've tended to shame it, or shame it, or sign the okay, or whatever it is we need to do about it. We've down-talked it. We've down-talked it more than any other thing. So people will actually come out and say they are doing this. But people that are in it will also tell you that we are interested in politics.
Okay. Okay, I think it's a fine place to leave that discussion. It's up to the current administration, on the type of people they want to bring in. Speaking of their cabinet and all of those, and of course, I think it's also a lesson to the other opposition parties to determine how
they want to structure their own
cabinet
offices
as
to
well.
their cabinet.
Okay, let's cross over to the Guardian newspaper. I have this headline, a very funny headline actually. Legal orders, assembly silence deepen Rivers impeachment uncertainty. It's looking like a drama, scene now, and I must confess, the scriptwriter is very good, because I mean, at some point we had 27 lawmakers who said that's the third majority. Fubara must go, and at some point, 2 of the lawmakers came out to say we are no longer. 2 more came out to say, and then recently the 4 of them came together to say that, oh, I think we are going back to the impeachment process, because I listened to, one of the women said something, that I really do not understand. She said, ever since we came out to say we are not part of this impeachment process, the governor is yet to visit us, he has ignored us, and then there are even claims of, okay, maybe he's trying to use talks to maybe harass them or things like that. What do you make of all of this? Is this another chapter, another scene in this old drama going on in Rivers State, really?
What I say is that I think Fubara is playing out to his competency in handling matters is what I question.
Do you think he's naive politically? Because a certain analyst mentioned that maybe if you look at the way he's handling this matter, it reveals the fact that he might be a little bit naive about politics.
The moment you have like 4 lawmakers coming out to say, okay, we are backing out, then you should have seen the loophole there's a loophole actually that, oh, I can actually enter in from there. But you didn't take the advantage of that.
What if it's a game and he's trying to play safe? One of
Like
the
how?
lawmakers is a member of his local government of Obiapo.
Like how? Playing safe like how? You already have 4 people that have pulled out. Capitalize on that. Use them as a tool to enter into the remaining set of people. Get to know what their grievances are. Sit down with them and talk about it. That's why you're a politician. Now let's say the analyst now saying that he's naive politically. Definitely he is. Because a very good politician, a governor in that, for instance, you should have the whims and caprices of how to manage your House of Assembly, your lawmakers. But you are not doing it well. You are not doing it well. It's like sitting down on your hands, not actually doing anything. Have you ever reached out to these people? Have you ever talked to them? Have you ever tried and dangle the carrot before them? Try and do something. Dangle the carrot, put it in front of them and let them, direct them where to go. You are the governor, for crying out loud. Now, lawmakers are not threatening you to, okay, we are going to impeach you. And you, okay, what are your grounds against me that you want to impeach me? Can we sit down and talk about it? Okay, even let's talk about family. I'm divorcing you. Can we still talk about it? The court will still call you to order. Can we resolve it? Now, we are having a marriage of whatever here, and you as the landlord, you can't manage your wives. They are your wives for crying out loud. You should be able to handle them. You are the leader. You are the political head. You are the political head, the party head of your state. Okay.
Some analysts have also argued, because I love to surf the internet a lot and I love to feel the pulse of the people. They are saying that, what if this is a distraction? To shift the attention away from its principle, because a lot of persons, when this whole impeachment process started, it came out to say that, okay, we know who is trying to do something, who is trying to kick him out of the office. And then even Wike himself came out to say that today, if he doesn't do something about it, he made a mistake the first time and he wants to correct the mistake. And we are sure that, Fubara doesn't get, the second-term ticket. What do you make of all of this? Some are saying maybe it's just a distraction to say, okay, why not allow 4 lawmakers come out to say we are no longer part, and then at the end of the day, they come back to say,
okay, we are still moving ahead with it.
We are sad.
Saying that this might be a distraction. Yes, it might. It might be. And to me, it might not. But I'll still say that the whole issue of impeachment and everything might still not come true at the end of the day.
Okay.
Might still not come true. But at the end of the day, you still don't, you learn to manage things. Now, Wike is aggrieved, a lot of people are aggrieved and everything. Why don't we just put this thing to rest and go on from there? Wike is angry with you that you're moving into the opposition without him and everything, informing him and everything. That should have come from him and everything. It's just a lot to take in at the end of the day. It's turned out to be a drama. That's why, okay, like you said now, it might be a distraction, it might not be and everything. So at the end of the day, it looks like one, and at the end of the day, it doesn't look like one. But at the end, let's just relax, keep our fingers crossed, because what I believe is the governor himself can still manage things, even with his principal. Can still manage things regardless of whatever it is that has happened.
Okay.
Wike should now come out and tell us, are you actually gunning for APC or you still remain with PDP? Because now Wike is crossed with him because he moved to APC without informing him about anything and everything. Do you really care?
Okay.
Do you really care about him moving into APC and whatever? There's always been a lot of cross-carpeting among politicians in the first place. So why should you care? Why should you care that he did it without you or without your consent, or you should have done that? Do you really care? You are not even, your performance or your capacity is not in even the capacity of a party man. You are a minister. You've been called to duty. So things like party should be stepped aside for now. Should be aside for now. For you, Wiki.
Okay. We expect more drama from Rivers State. Is a peculiar state.
It's a peculiar state to mention.
Yeah.
Anyways,
let's move away from Rivers State and cross over to New Telegraph this morning. I have a headline that says, Greenland, Europe won't be blackmailed, Danish PM says. And of course, the writer is saying, as NATO allies unite over Trump's threat, I think Trump came out recently, I think it slammed a 10% tariff on certain European countries because, I mean, they are trying to, hinder him, in what he's trying to do in Greenland. And of course, a certain prime minister and even politicians in those European countries, one even came out to say that Trump is going to affect Trump, what he's trying to do, this old tariff. He said he's going to increase it to 25% around June and July if care is not taken. What do you make of all of this? Because, I mean, yes, he's tried to intervene in certain matters, and we've seen results. But at this point, looking at Greenland as we speak, do you think, Trump should calm down a little bit? Because that's what a lot of people are saying across the world. They say that, yes, he has the capacity to do certain things, but then it needs to be calm a little bit.
What I will need to know in the first place is why the sudden interest in Greenland? Greenland, to me, according to what I teach, a very minute country up there, up north, in the Antarctica, I mean, in the Arctic area. Why the sudden interest of Trump in Greenland? Why trying to annex Greenland? You've threatened Canada. Now is Greenland. Is there something we are not actually looking into concerning Greenland? Now, you going into Greenland to access it, and NATO, mind you, US is the major financier of United Nations.
Yeah.
Now, for Europe now to come together to make an ally against, to make a coalition against US regarding Greenland, they need funds. They need funds. Where are they going to get the funds from?
The tariff is also a problem.
Yeah, so now, that is it. They need funds. So NATO now saying, oh, we will come and defend Greenland. Can they actually do that? Because of all these tariffs now. And they need funds. Denmark cannot do it alone to defend Greenland against the US. They need the whole of NATO in this area.
What about France?
France is just one country out of NATO. France is just one country out of NATO. We need every one of them to come. What is their own financial pool inside the United Nations? For NATO now to say that we want to come against, okay, Trump has now slammed them with various types of tariffs and everything. So
you are saying all those countries altogether, they don't have what it takes to actually defend Greenland?
They don't. They don't. Let's go back to the history of the First World War and the Second World War.
No, US was aloof in the First World War, actually.
US during the Second World War.
Okay.
They were involved in the First World War when we have the League of Nations.
Yeah.
Now, during the Second World War, they acted on the isolation policy, not until Japan went into the Pearl Harbor to do the bombings and everything that Roosevelt now have to declare war on Japan and involve themselves in the Second World War. They can actually alienate themselves from the rest of the world, from NATO. America has decided to pull out of a lot of United Nations agencies and all these whatever now, and they are still good by it. Can NATO actually do without them? Without the US in the Second World War, would they have conquered Germany, the Normandy landing and everything? Would they have been able to do that?
There were several, should I call it alliance now? So it wasn't just about the US alone. Even in the First World War, we had several
what other alliances do we have apart from NATO?
No, I'm not talking about NATO. I'm talking about the countries that came together, against Germany. So it wasn't just one country.
I know, it wasn't one country.
Yeah.
But the most powerful of them, we have Russia and US. Russia was badly hit during the Second World War. Russia was badly hit. It's in Europe too. So the same thing will still happen. Will still happen. So they should just forget about it. So NATO now trying to defend Greenland, while we still have all these tariffs hitting them from left, right, and center. I don't think I think they should just try and talk about it with Trump. What does he really want in Greenland? You've been diving into so many things. Venezuela here, and, Greenland there, still threatening Canada. We still have Iran, and we still have the issue with Iran right now.
He said several times that he's trying to defend the moral doctrine, to say that U.S. I'm sure you understand what I mean by that. Has the capacity to actually interfere in certain areas, in certain countries, to ensure that those people are well catered for. But especially with Venezuela, he said he's trying to defend the people.
Defend the people? Did the people complain?
Yes, there were several protests against the leader.
If, God forbid, if such a thing happens in Nigeria, we will see people that will go with the government and people that will be against the government. The same thing will happen.
Okay.
Now, let us see how it plays out. That now, the oil of Venezuela, you'll be taking it, you'll be doing whatever business you want to do with it, and you'll be spending the money on Venezuelans, and you think they will be happy, and you think they have that much. People will still ask for more. They still ask for more. And then you get to know that Venezuelans can really ask for more, like Oliver Twist, and they are not actually getting what they want. And why don't you just leave us alone in the first place?
Okay. Away from Trump now, good luck to Greenland as we speak, and of course other countries, Iran, and people are still asking, should U.S. be to be calm about some of these things? It depends on Trump as we speak.
I think Trump has just decided to come out gun blazing everywhere. Gun blazing everywhere. He wants to just be...
He's yet to invade Iran. Though I think the leader of that country came out to say that if Trump should invade, they will also be at alert to receive them. Okay, let's talk about another headline. I have this one that says 40 terrorists killed in Borno as NAVFOR planned attacks. And then the writer is saying APC chieftain abducted from office in Ondo. Did you hear about that? A certain chieftain was abducted in Ondo State, in itself around the Bokoda, in Ondo State. And then up till now, much has not been said about his whereabouts. Yeah. And then white peace pact with bandit hasn't tamed insecurity by lawyers. This all peace pact, this all president, I think the president did quite a number of things, to put some things in place, employ more people, because according to the army, most of them are overstretched, and then we have the new sheriff in town. Okay, let's fund, the army more so that they can be able to tackle this whole insecurity matter. But it appears that we are seeing more cases, day after day. What is going on?
The moment you try as much as possible to have peace pacts with bandits, with terrorists, you've actually given them the know that they actually exist. You are afraid of them.
Okay.
Over the years, I think according to what I know, Britain didn't actually want to come out, and we never even sit down with IRA, the Irish Republican Army. There are some certain set of them that go on terrorism and everything. You will hear America saying we will never negotiate with terrorists. But here in Nigeria, we see a lot of pardoning. You don't pardon terrorists. You don't. The moment you start doing that, let's have a peace pact, you've empowered them. It's like an hydra monster. When you cut 1, 2 more, or 3, grow in its place. So the moment you try and pacify this side, another side will come up and tell you they still want the same thing that you don't pacify bandits. You have empowered them. We are trying to put an end to terrorism and put an end to this and that, and yet we are not having a way through with it. Are we saying we can't actually fight it out with them, or slug it out with them in the first place? Now, the ones that you've pacified, you rehabilitate them into the army. Yet you are not complaining that information is being leaked. How truly are you sure that these people are truly converted to your own beliefs and ideologies?
Okay, what about now that the United States is in the picture? Recently, certain materials were released to Nigeria to tackle insecurity.
How much of that material has been put to place, has been put to use? We've always gotten materials and we'll come out and tell you, oh, we now have RPGs, we have rocket launchers, we have this, we have that. While they have more than that. I keep saying it. The normal gun you find with the police and everything, they are rusty. Haven't you seen that? Do you see new guns with our policemen on the streets? Rusty things they are carrying about. Very rusty.
What about the army?
The army will still handle the same thing. They might still handle the same thing.
I'm not sure
they will tell you
the army guns
well, whether it's rusty, whether whatever it is. But what about the equipment that have been given? We have sophisticated materials that can be used. We have drones to map out the area where these people are. We have choppers. We have how many fighter bombers do we have and everything. So yet we still have not been able to stem it in the bud. And we still have to come and say, okay, let us still negotiate with these people. Then what is the use of all our equipment? We still have to negotiate. And we have people being abducted and we don't even know how to trace them. We keep on going back, dilly-dallying on the idea of community policing and everything. To me, everything concerning security is just in shambles. It's in shambles there. So we need to sit down, do something more robust concerning security. Despite the fact that America decided to come into airports, we still need to do more, give them more room to operate. Maybe things will get better. So that's what I think. Okay.
I think it's a great place to put it this morning. Thank you so much, Shawali, for being a part of this discussion. I hope that, in a few months, we come back and talk about, how things have been able to go back to normal, speaking about insecurity. And a big thanks to the audience as well, hopefully. Thank you for being a part of the segment. We need to take a short break, and when we come back, we move on to big story. My name is Oluwayemi Adelakun. Please stay with us.